Anyways.
So, like, what do you tell us about where we're going?
Nothing. I've told you literally nothing.
So, like, where do you want us to go?
I wish you to walk through this curtain once I do.
What's on the other side of this curtain?
Would you wish honesty or a lie?
Like,
one will make you
honesty,
feel better, the other might not.
Like, honesty, if I'm walking into a battle, like, now's not the time.
We are supposed to be here. It is... Have you ever felt a pull on your heart, on your soul, pulling you towards somewhere? A better place? A place you've been before? You're a practitioner.
Not for a long time.
But you have.
I found these pulls don't always end well.
I have like kind of a faraway look in my eye, and I just kind of nod.
No, they do not always end well in the long run. But it's important to see where this take you. Otherwise, you may never know. And that would be a shame. Fate works in mysterious ways. Fate pulls us where we need to be when we need to be there. I have apparently gathered you three, and I am to take you here. You're muted, by the way. Alex.
Hey.
No, Axel, sorry.
Oh, I haven't said anything yet.
Oh, your mouth moved. I thought you said
Yeah,
something.
I was like, I don't know what to say yet. I'm thinking.
So
it's like, you don't...
So where are we going, then? Why is this such a big deal?
You, however, wouldn't believe me if I told you. And honestly, I just
sure
require you to follow.
Do I have all my equipment that I went into the hospital with, by the way?
Oh yeah, he didn't steal anything from me.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Like, if I have nothing with me, I'm definitely not going through some mysterious place he's alluding to that I don't know anything about.
Would you have gone to a vampire's house and let them operate on you without taking your shit?
I mean, I was bleeding out, like, half-conscious when they came and got me from my apartment. So it wasn't really up to me.
I'll leave it up to you. If you want your equipment, that's fine. If you don't want your equipment, I'll give you a fate point.
I mean, if I had the choice,
How much is that fate point worth?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, I would
probably want to stash my stuff in my apartment before I get taken, because I was worried about being stolen.
Right.
So yeah, I will take that fate point, because it makes sense to me.
Okay.
Damn, okay. You are brave.
I mean, I'm just trustful of people taking me to some place I've never heard of, so I'd rather keep my stuff. So I mean, like, do you need somebody to watch this side of your curtain while you go explore?
This requires all of us. All of us or none of us. Now you're just saying things and I can't see it. Your mouth keeps moving.
Yeah, those are like facial expressions of me thinking. Like,
okay, I'm sorry. I just it seems like you're trying to say something. I'm just like,
yeah, it is. It's like me trying to figure out what I want to say. So I don't really want to go through it, but I mean, I don't want to stop you from going through it.
So I think I put my hand on Axel's shoulder and I say, I understand your concern. I know you're still hurt, but well, I don't think we're going to. And I don't know how to finish the sentence, so I just kind of shrug, and like, I look at you again, Axel, and I'm like,
so
I don't know what's going to happen.
Would it be possible to get Axel's things via thaumaturgy?
No,
like magical transportation. Okay, never mind.
I mean, I'll go through the curtain after I see what's on the other side. I'll decide if I'll stay or not.
That is
your nod.
Choice.
And I'm like, we're safer together than separate anyway.
So I motioned for him to go forward.
All right, I'll go forward.
So yeah, I'm opening a veil into the Never Never.
Yeah, to open the veil between the Never Never, you have to use thaumaturgy.
Okay.
The veil here is very weak comparatively, so it's only difficulty 3.
So
if you make
discipline?
No, this is thaumaturgy. So we start with complexity. It starts at 3. That'll open a gateway for 1 minute.
Okay.
You can either make the gateway be open longer or hope to open it again to come back.
Let's.
And hope to come back to the right place.
Yeah, that'd be the hope. So yeah, what do I roll first?
Well, first you tell me how long you want it to be open.
Oh gosh, how much is the time increase per power level over 3?
First one will make it 3 minutes. The second one will make it 5. The third
I want
one
5
will
minutes,
make it
ideally.
15.
5 minutes.
Okay, so 2 more.
Yeah.
So you need to give me a detail of what you're doing that helps you do this thaumaturgy.
So essentially, you know that throne?
Okay.
That, like, Isis does? Essentially, like, it's not like I'm not doing, like, a basic circle right now, because I feel like this is mostly, like, in my head thaumaturgy. Right. So I like, create one with my mind, and instead of, like, you know how candles would be on, like, the pentagram inside the circle?
Right.
Instead, they're, like, miniature statues of those thrones. And they're all, like, connected via, like, ethereal energy. And there's, it's essentially, there's, like, I want to say almost like a snow globe in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, leading, like, it's finding where we're supposed to be in that globe. Like, the globe is the never never, essentially. Okay, and it keeps, like, changing on the inside.
Alright, give me a discipline check. You need to beat it 2. Alright, you did it.
4.
Okay. Alright, so that's good enough. You can now try and cast a spell. You need 5 accumulated successes. First you choose the power level you're going to try and beat.
Yeah. So, how many successes do I need?
5.
What would I'd be rolling conviction here?
No, you'd be rolling discipline.
Okay.
So you'll choose the power level, which can be up to your conviction. If it's above your conviction, you're going to take damage.
Alright, we'll do 4. That's fine.
Okay. So that is my conviction. Roll discipline.
4. Damn.
Right. So you need 1 more.
Zero.
Okay.
I will invoke 2. That'll put me at 1 fate point.
Okay. You only need to invoke 1, right?
Oh, yeah. You're correct.
Okay.
I will invoke. I feel like seeking a new home, possibly. Makes a little sense. If not,
you don't
I just
need
like
anything for just 1, so you don't need to.
Okay.
Define that aspect.
Then I will invoke
a new home is really weird, though. Why do you say that?
That's why I wanted to do it. Like, I don't know if this pull is that or if it's something else. I just thought it sounded neat, but I'm just gonna invoke my high aspect.
Sure, we'll say it's that. All right, so you can have it be open for 15 minutes if you'd like.
Yes, more time is always better than less time.
Okay, so like you guys are watching,
okay,
and like the tapestry.
I can close it whenever I want it to. Correct?
Oh, you have to roll to close it. You have to cast.
Yeah,
spell,
but
basically.
I can't do that. Cool.
Sure.
So you essentially just see me like stare at this, like shaking a little bit, less than having a vision, but I'm still like visibly like exerting my will. Then I step through.
Yeah, it's like the tapestry like melts and the shapes like seem to swirl in some kind of weird pattern, and then it turns into like this darkness, and it slowly like you see like torches in the distance on the side. And the torches are like kind of kind of illuminating this stone passage, like in a dungeon. It's got like a semicircular roof, and it's got like a square bottom.
I walk straight through.
Okay. Like you can hear like Cynthia's like her feet were like on the soft carpet, and now you can hear them like clicking across the stone.
I'll follow after her.
Okay.
I'll go after her, I guess.
Okay.
I guess I go last then.
All right.
I'm gonna get us all killed.
So Thomas, like
We'll see.
like you feel like suddenly invigorated, like you had just fed off somebody. Like it just feels like this place is like more alive to you than the real world. This is more real than anything you've ever felt. And like maybe all of you feel that way too, but especially for Thomas.
I feel like
Okay.
Janice would feel some of that too, actually. Like, about as much as Thomas does.
Like, this place just feels really familiar to you,
Mm-hmm.
To who?
to Janice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like,
I
if you
believe
make
that.
a lore check, you can realize where you are.
I will make a lore check. I think
yeah.
I know where I'm at.
You're definitely in the Never Never. You're in Fairy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I look around and I kind of I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I just kind of mumble this to myself, but I'm sure you all hear it. In a little bit of awe, I say, I've never been here on purpose before. As I'm looking around as we're walking.
I throw a bit more power than I might appear. I can. Do we catch that like little bit of longing, like there, a little bit, or is that just like
Give me a report check.
me or Janice?
You.
Okay.
What do you think, Janice? It's up to you.
Depends
I'm
on
not
how
trying to
obvious it
hide.
is.
I'm not trying to hide it, but it is a little subtle.
Okay.
You catch up on it.
Do I
I
recognize this place? Like, is there any connection between this and his vision that I would, like... Since I don't know about his vision, really, except for there's something to do with dragons, in this place in the Never
Her,
Never.
by the way.
Her, sorry, yeah.
Like, what are you asking?
Like, I
If
know
this
he's talking
is-
about dragons, and that's already got my, like, radar
Right?
kind of going off, and now I'm, like, suspicious of where he's bringing us to. I'm just kind of like, do I recognize anything?
Like, this isn't any place you've actually been.
Okay,
I don't think you've said about, like, what your servitude was like,
Okay.
and what the dragon, like, where he kept you, or anything like that. I don't
But,
think it would have been in the Never Never, though. I think it would
No.
have been in the real world.
It would have been the real world, but... Okay.
So yeah, but as they're walking, like kind of quietly, Cynthia's like, I could open up a portal here, anyways. Really, whenever. Technically, I can do it whenever or anywhere, but it's easier here. So
I
she's
know.
What are we
gonna.
supposed to do
kinda-
here now we're here? Like, I'm looking
That is
at
what
you
we're here to find
expectantly.
out. This is a hallway. What do you typically do down those?
I'm
Walk.
looking, like, as we walk. Are there any, like, side corridors or anything off of this hallway?
Yeah, every so often there's a side corridor, but they're not lit.
Okay.
So yeah, just I'm following down the lit path. That dull throb again.
Right?
I'm assuming it's getting
Well,
like
the
a bit more
throb
like
is gone now. Like, you're where you're supposed to be.
yeah. So I'm
But, like, the torches are, like, leading you somewhere now.
well. That's where I'm going. I have no reason to turn around at this point.
So it's a very long, like, hallway, and it's hard to see at the end. Like, every time you think, like, you're just going to walk into the darkness, you see, like, there's actually 2 more torches waiting for you.
Mhm.
And eventually, like, you see this light at the end. And,
That would
like,
be our
right in
exit.
front of you. And you go towards the end, and it's not an exit, it's like this wall of bars, and there's, like, bars on either side, and you realize that it's a giant cat.
It's a
You
giant what?
realize that you're in a prison of some sort.
I see.
Like,
Is it for us? Like, are we on the inside of the bars or the outside?
no, you're on the free side.
Yeah.
Okay.
The jail cells are on the other side of us.
Good to know. I want to know how scared I should be.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like you come to the end, and like there's this, there's two torches on the wall, right in front of you. There's this grate, and on your left there's a grate, and on your right there's a hallway into darkness, and then there's back the way you came. And
I want to look down one of these or into one of these grates.
so you can hear this gentle sobbing coming from the grate in front of you.
I'm definitely
Can I-
looking in there.
Can you see anything, or is it dark inside? Like,
If you look in there, like you see this this pile of something, and like there's another dark object off the side.
You have not.
So
This is
I'll
the-
call in there and be like,
Don't.
are you all right?
Janice,
Who's
this is the. Janice, this is the Never
Who's
Never.
there?
Do not trust it yet. Please.
Are you okay?
Both of you.
Why are
This
you
is not
trapped
where we're
here?
supposed to be yet.
I'm supposed to. They don't like me.
Don't trust it, please. Even if we were talking to it, will do no good. Not for it, not for us.
That's not.
I kind of frown and go back to talking to it. We seem to have been led here. Who are you?
Not for it.
And you hear a sob, and it's like,
God, how do you know that? You don't even know why we're here.
I'm
I would know.
Cassandra.
I was literally in the middle of saying that, and I just shut the fuck up. And I step in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we have something in common.
So like, you feel like the thing, like the pile in the cage, like turns and moves slightly.
I feel like Cynthia's not actively crying, but like you it's almost like God, I don't know how. I wish I could make stuff up, but there's like an in fiction like standard that makes me sad. But anyways, I feel like she is kind of like there's tears. You don't know if they've always like they look like they've always been there almost. Like that's just how her face is. Like it's not even like active crying. It's just like a sheet, like constantly like wet right there. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, like, I noticed that, but I don't really know what to do with that. Like,
My daughter is here.
Yeah. I was led here,
You must have heard me calling.
apparently.
Can we help you?
Let's let me out of this cage.
I don't know what that would do.
It would free me.
I do not
But
know
whom
what
it
that would do.
anger?
What'd you say, Janice?
Whom would it anger?
The gods.
which
All of them
gods?
collectively.
Just all of
All
them, it's fine.
Let me check my notes. It's the Greek gods, but I don't know if you would call them that.
Like the pantheon, the whole pantheon of the Greek gods?
There was one in specific that Cassandra pissed off.
Okay.
God, I used to know my Greek lore really well.
Apollo, the god Apollo.
Okay.
You got a magic.
Apollo threw me in here when I was to die.
What would you do if you were free?
I don't know.
Why did you call her?
I think
I
she's
call
always been.
all of my daughters.
And how many of them come?
Very few.
What have they done, the few that do?
They could not free me, or they did not know how.
Do you think I know how?
Let me see you.
I'd
She,
step in front of him.
Like, she like crawls across the stone floor, and you see like there's this like really dirty woman in rags. It's like she hasn't had, like, her hair is just a giant tangle, and there's like moss in it. And she looks up. She like reaches through the bars to touch you. Do you let her touch you?
I'd let her. Yeah.
She like
I'm in this all the fucking way.
I love how you're like, don't trust her, don't trust her. Then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna let her touch my face. It's fine.
Yep.
And
Yep,
yeah, you tell us about
there was
not
a
releasing
reason.
something.
There was a reason, and then that reason told her to go fuck herself. So we don't mistrust what you don't understand. I understand what she is now.
it's like, yes, you can free me. I feel you have the power. You have the sight. The others only saw the visions that Apollo twisted.
Why did you want them here?
Because they're the only ones who come, besides the jailers.
No, not your daughters. Them. I gesture to those behind me.
Just looks at them.
My vision told me they were needed.
Apollo
wanted.
twists the vision. The vision I tried to send, that you needed to be where they were. But it's wise not to come alone. The jailers, if they come, and the beast comes.
Well then,
No.
let us leave quickly.
Please,
I'm
let me
free.
go before you leave.
I'm freeing her.
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
So
you don't.
I mean,
I'm essentially
do you
like, you guys don't matter again at this point.
so
like,
you bitched to us about freeing something we don't understand, and you do the same thing.
I can tell you what a Black Court vampire does. I can tell you what they are. This
And
is
you
my
can tell
patron.
us what this is?
This is my patron. I've explained I have visions. You've seen them. This is who gives them to me. Freeing her may free me from them, or freeing her may grant me some control over them. She is as much a mother to me as my own mother, and frankly, this one has treated me better.
Can I know anything about this at all? Like roll like a lore or something to see
Sure.
if this is maybe a bad idea?
You can also make up
This
stuff
is
if
fucking
you want.
obviously a bad idea, but
Remember, this is
What-
fate.
what-
You can actually tell me things that you want to be true.
5.
Do you want me to tell you something? Or do you want to tell me something?
I have a little
that's
bit of an idea.
It's too much
I'm gonna
pressure.
roll.
I'll let you tell me.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a little bit just to see if I want to add on 3.
Alright.
I kind of want to make that better. Actually, that should have been a 4 because I have +1.
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to learn.
I just want to, like, if I feel like I want to add something on later, I just want to have that ability. That's all.
Sure. Let me just look at what a 5 gives you. This is lore. Superb. Okay. So, like, you can tell that whatever is beyond that gate isn't a human and probably never was.
No.
Mhm.
You feel like this isn't really her true shape. And you can tell, like, these bars were forged by dwarves. Like, this is like the Norse myth where they take the chains and bind Fenrir out of all the things they're weak against.
Okay, so
And these bars are like, they have runes in them, and the runes, like, they reflect the light from the torches.
Okay.
something like this hard, someone that worked this hard to put someone away, there has to be a reason for it.
Do you not know the tale of Cassandra?
I highly doubt it, but I will roll lore just in case.
Probably a scholarship, if you prefer.
Oh, I don't have scholarship, so I mean,
Okay.
I roll scholarship.
I
I
could
haven't.
try.
No, scholarship is -2. Lore is +2.
Like, Axel basically knows, like, there's some myth about this
I've heard the name.
prophetess, and
So,
she was
essentially-
killed, and no one believed anything she said. Yeah, Thomas, you know the whole myth. Do you know it as a player, or do you need me to tell you?
I'm pretty sure I know it. She wouldn't sleep with Apollo and got cursed or whatever, right? With like sight
Yep.
that no one believed.
And then later, see, why did she get murdered? Did she get murdered?
Don't think so, but
I
it's
don't
been a
think-
while.
I don't think she got murdered.
She was. She
She-
was taken as a concubine by Agamemnon, and then his wife started an affair, and she killed her husband and his concubine Cassandra.
So essentially, I'm going to share like the first part of that because I don't feel like the last part's nearly as important.
Right.
I'm just like, she wouldn't sleep with Apollo, so he cursed her with visions that no one would believe of the future, the present, once in a while the past.
So, binding somebody
So-
in darkness for tens of thousands of years probably doesn't do anything good for their sanity.
I nod and I take Cynthia's arm and I take her to the side and I say, I'm familiar with that myth as well, but whatever's in that cage has never been human.
Your point. She is as much a god as Apollo is now. She is beyond humanity, yes.
And releasing something like that upon humanity is not going to...
You are no one to
And-
talk. What you released out of ignorance. You have no room to judge me or any of my actions, especially
Which is
this.
already...
You have
That is already
no
part of
room
humanity.
to
This
talk.
is not.
This is within my power. I can do here as I see fit, as you have done. If you wish to judge me, look at yourself.
So
I mean,
I
I'm
nod.
all for freeing anything.
I kind of nod at Cynthia and I say, the final decision is yours. But I'm not certain she's what she says she is.
Is there a way to prove that?
Obviously not.
I'm also
So-
kind of asking the GM, like both of you, just like, is there a way we can know that?
Tell me a
I
way you
mean-
can prove it.
So, adding to the fiction, I guess, of the lore, Cassandra's tears are supposed to have powers of essentially like clarity of the sight, essentially, if you have it, or essentially, if I was to get a sample of her tears, I'd be able to know.
What would you want to know?
I would want to know if this is really Cassandra. I would want to know, like, if I was to see a vision with them, I would want to know what what freeing her, like, the ramifications would be, I guess.
Okay.
So I ask her, I turn.
Give me a lore check just to see if you can make that be true.
Okay. I mean, I rolled a 3 earlier, but I can roll a new one. 3
Okay,
again.
that's fine. Yeah, you can do that.
So I turn to her. I'm like, I believe you, but for posterity's sake.
Okay. She doesn't seem to understand.
Would you mind if... Would you give me some of your tears?
I guess she just takes her hands and makes a bowl, and she just cries, and it takes a few minutes. And then she puts her hand
I
out.
essentially look into them.
Okay. This feels like thaumaturgy to me. Just give me a discipline check. It's not very complex.
I will invoke so many aspects if I need to.
No, it's very simple.
You only have so many fate points left.
This
I
is
have 2.
It's like a magical paternity test going on here.
Something like that, yeah.
And yeah, you can tell, she's definitely the progenitor. She's the one that you get your prophetic visions from. And, that's not good enough to know what the consequences of releasing her will be.
I will invoke, Haunted by the Past and Future. Let's go with that one.
Okay, is that the only one? I'll give you one.
I'd be at 0 fate points if I use another one.
Yeah.
What would adding another 2 to that do?
You'll get something even more important.
Alright. Fuck it, I think.
Okay.
You'll get it back eventually.
I mean, I'm essentially channeling all of my aspects with my current actions, so I feel like I would get fate points fairly simply back during all this. At the mercy of fate currently seems fitting.
Do you feel like you're doing that because of that, or because you're curious? Or do you feel like you're bound by your supernatural nature?
I feel like it's at the mercy of fate, predominantly, but it's also with sight comes knowledge. This is...
Okay, I'll give you one more fate point back. So you should have 1 now.
Thank you so much.
You can't use that on this roll.
No, I don't need to. That's fine. But yeah, that adds. That makes that good to a 6.
All right. So the first fate point, what that told you is that if you free her, your visions won't be confused anymore. Part of the reason that Cassandra's tears are a curse is because they have been cursed. And they've been cursed by trapping Cassandra in this way.
Okay.
By freeing her, you also free the visions.
Cool.
You also see that if you release her, she will make war upon the gods.
Those are, I mean, it's just
a little bit of a consequence right there.
Right? They fight a lot, don't they?
You see her, whatever your vision of Mount Olympus is, you see her, just ripping it apart with her bare hands.
I think she could win.
That's
really my question.
Do you have a tactics or strategy skill?
I don't even know. It's more out of sheer magical power. Do I think she could rival them?
Give me a
Not even
check.
out of strategy. Say that again.
Lore check +1. Your +1 counts.
5.
Not on her own.
I doubt she'd be alone. People would help.
She
would fucking help.
You want her? Does she need to win? Do you need to start a war?
Say that again, Golden?
She'd almost be their equal, but not quite. Not by herself.
I feel like people would help, and I probably would if she asked. I'm already in with one god. What's another one? So yeah. I'm gonna do it. I don't...
Okay.
thaumaturgy, I assume, be the role here.
Okay. So, when you're going to do that... Oh, go ahead, Axel.
Yeah, so, like, do you, like, make a visible, like, show that you've decided to open it? So, I mean, like, you have these
I smiled
thoughts.
to myself. Broad old smile.
So, like, I asked, do you know what's going to happen when you let her free?
I do.
Which would be?
My visions. They're cursed currently. As cursed as she is. Freeing her will change that. Which is only good for us.
How will it affect everybody else besides us?
I'm not sure yet. But there's only really one way to find out, and frankly, I trust her more than I trust the vampire you released.
We can kill a vampire. You can't kill a god.
You can't really kill a Black Court vampire, really, either.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's possible to slay gods, too. People have done it. If you wish to make that argument.
What, like, historical account do you have of, like, a god being killed?
I list off a bunch of dead gods that are no longer worshipped.
I mean, they're not dead, they're just not worshipped. They're still alive.
Same thing to a god. Kill the belief no one remembers them, they have no power.
True. Okay. So you're going to practice genocide.
Genocide is killing all gods, not a particular one.
Okay, I like dumb.
So I know your English isn't great.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever.
I'm like kind of looking back and forth between them, and I'm like, I don't want the death of anyone to be on our heads, but what you say is true. It's probably already too late for that. If this will help you and this will help her, and then do what needs doing.
I asked you to trust me. This is included. I'm already doing it, so this is just
this has nothing to do with trust. I'm shocked right now, so there's no way in hell I'm going to try to stop you.
Alright, see you, Kelsey.
Well, this is happening.
Bye, everybody.
Next time you come, this will be a thing. But, I'm freeing her.
Yeah, so I mean, I have 2 bullet holes in my back, so yeah, there's no way in hell I'm going to try to stop you right now.
Okay, so...
I will invoke the shit out of Isis if I need to for this, by the way. If I need to get more power from her.
Would Isis have to bless this to, like, agree with this to have to invoke her power to do this?
Let me check this. You need to break...
I feel like Isis might actually want this, if I'm honest. She's the goddess of magic, of, like, time. This is essentially one of her children in, like, a weird way.
Okay. So it's going to
depends on, like, the origins of mythology on who you believe came first.
I mean, Isis came before Cassandra in my head. Egyptian time outlasts Greek.
I mean,
or, like,
gods change names, so I mean,
Cassandra is Cassandra. This version of her, at the very least, is one of Isis's, like, children in my head, anyways.
Okay.
I'll make a lore check if you want me to make it true, but...
I mean, whatever you tell me is what you tell me, because there's no way in hell my character knows this. If it's true or not, I don't know.
I essentially, like, mutter that to myself, pretty much. Like, I've already made one deal with a god. What is another one? Don't know if that bothers you at all, but that's what I say.
Yes, it does bother me, but, like, me complaining about it doesn't do anything.
You ran away from a dragon, now you're fighting gods. This is great.
Like, if I had the ability right now, I probably would kill you and be done with this problem. But I don't have that ability at the moment.
This is really good.
So tell me what you do. Like, okay, is this? I figured out this is going to be complexity 12 ritual. Like, you look at the
Jesus.
grate, and there's like no door. Like, there's no gate to open. These are just bars, and she's locked in there. So to break through like an iron gate is complexity 12, and then on top of that, there's some legendary magical shit going on. So it's going to
Yeah.
be complexity 18 thaumaturgy to break this.
I'm invoking the shit out of Isis in every way possible.
Okay, well,
Like-
so you start off, and you feel like words come out of your mouth unbidden,
Yeah.
and you realize you asked for Cassandra's true name.
Does she give it for me to free her?
Let me see here. I'm going to
Because she knows that's what I want to do.
How
Like,
much
if she
debt
wants,
do
like,
you have 3 debt.
wait, why do I have debt to? Oh yeah, I've been doing
Isis.
thaumaturgy. Yeah, I've used thaumaturgy 3 times currently.
Are you going to
Oh, I
help
need to-
Isis? Are you
Help
going-
Isis.
She's trying to get Cassandra to give up her true name.
Do I have any idea what the fuck that would
Is
cause?
any skill? No. Like, it would give Isis power over Cassandra.
Cassandra. In my head, that's how it should be, honestly.
Okay.
So yes.
like, when I see you starting this, I do wish to have something happen.
Okay.
Like, so I want it to be somehow like discreet. So like, I don't know how you make a discreet signal in this case.
You have magic.
Ew.
Because I mean, would she notice like magic as she's doing this ritual, or would she be lost in it, or thaumaturgy?
She couldn't stop the thaumaturgy unless...
Well,
Is
my
stop
question
it-
would be more if she noticed it, not that she would stop it.
Yeah, she would notice it. Unless you
Noticing
ran
it, yes.
away. Like you said you were going to leave whenever you want. You could, like, turn around
You
and
can turn
literally...
and walk up with.
Oh, that's true. I could turn like. Okay, so
gate is
yeah, like
still
at this
open.
point, I like you've made your decision. You no longer need me here, so like I head back toward wherever the portal is,
Okay.
or the like.
I can't.
I wait.
So I know I can't, like, say anything. Like, this is all verbal currently.
Right.
Can I put my hand on his shoulder, just
He's probably too
and
far
like
away.
squeeze? I thought he'd be like kind of close because he'd
I
been
mean, like-
talking.
Well, you walk
I mean,
up to
you
Cassandra.
see me like turn, so like you,
Yeah.
you like see me. If you want, to like put your hand
I
on my
hold up
shoulder.
my hand, and like
Okay.
as you're like turning, like, and just squeeze.
Axel,
Best I can do to ask you not to leave, essentially.
Like I don't
Because
like I look.
she did say it's safer not to go out alone.
Axel, this is gonna affect us whether we're here or not. So, and I think it's better to be in the eye of the hurricane for this one.
Okay, you like no, fuck this. Like no, I look at you. It's like I'm not gonna be part of this again. I'm not gonna be part of a god and this ruling shit again.
Again?
Yeah, I just like walk away. Like I'm not answering that question.
So, what happens?
I'm
Like
looking for
yeah,
my
as soon as like I
notes.
start walking away, like I'm gonna like
You leave. I think Thomas stays.
I want to make
but
like
I
a
don't.
signal flare
Can
of
you-
like magic coming out of me. Like look here,
Sure,
there's someone
sure.
here.
I want to find the name of this.
Wait. Why are you signaling? What are you signaling to?
Jail keepers. There's somebody here watching.
So you want them to kill us?
I don't want this lady released.
So you'd rather die?
Yes, I'd rather die than be.
Well, just relax.
Sure.
You can't actually have this argument with her.
Can't
I
what?
think
I mean, like
might.
out of game. Yes, I'd rather die than be like part of some god's power play again.
You don't know anything about that shit.
You're releasing a god. Gods don't just like, hi, I'm here. I mean, yeah, I don't know like what she's gonna do when she gets out, but gods don't play nice. They have agendas.
She's just a sad god. She cries a lot. It's okay. Oh shit. My night and night.
I believe everybody has an agenda and an ulterior motive. The more power they have, the more I distrust them.
Well, you must really hate me currently, because
Yes, that is high on my list. I freed a black vampire. Okay, whatever. You're freeing a god.
I trust the god more than I trust the Black Court Vampire, though.
This is not about trust.
This is pretty much all about trust currently.
Well, I like trust no one, so maybe that's the problem.
So you trust like the gatekeepers more.
I mean, I'd rather die than be part of a power play again. So I mean,
Well, I'm hoping I finish this, and then she releases and protects.
Yeah, what's Thomas doing?
I can use incite emotion as a block, so
okay.
I think I kind of want to do that, especially if Cynthia's saying that if they hear about this, they're gonna kill the gatekeepers are gonna kill us.
Well, this conversation doesn't happen.
No one said that.
Yeah, this is out of character.
Axel just walks away.
Oh, okay.
Axel just decides to signal the fucking omnipotent gatekeepers
all
to
by
murder
himself.
us all.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like
so,
the only thing I said was like somebody said don't leave. It's like safer. It's like I'm not gonna be part. The last thing I said was I'm not gonna be part of some god power play, or I'm not gonna be part of releasing a god.
Besides, I think they're already coming anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so as soon as you started this, I started to leave.
I guess as Axel leaves, I just look at Cynthia and see what she wants me to do.
I'm like my hand's still out there, like kind of towards Axel. But if you want to take that, that's cool too. She just needs someone here, man.
Yeah, you have Janice here too, like silent partner.
Oh yeah, I forgot Janice is here. Never mind, you can fuck off too. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
See, she cares about us so much.
I that was me being a dick.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like after all she's done today, I trust her revisions like right at the bottom of my list.
I mean, hey, it's worked so far. It's worked.
So someone needs to take Cynthia's hand for the ritual, or
no? It's mostly just comfort currently.
Yeah, like she doesn't want to be alone when this goes down.
Oh, yeah. So Thomas stands by her. Sure.
Cool. I have Thomas and Janice. You're walking up injured alone, fucker. Have fun with the stairs.
I mean, like whatever. I'd rather. Yeah. So at this point, I'd rather die alone than have to go through this again.
So Cynthia, you need to hit complexity 18 to create a ritual that will.
How do I do this?
Like each detail you give me of something you add to the ritual will increase the complexity by 2, and it starts at your lore. So what's your lore?
3.
So you would need like 7 details, 7 things you add to the ritual.
So currently, I take both of their hands, like Janice and Thomas, because I assume Janice is seeing this through.
Yeah, Janice,
I kind of put them on my shoulder, so they're like holding me there, so my hands are free.
Okay.
I take out the necklace, and I take it off, and I tie it to the bars. My the cross.
Okay, the cross necklace.
And it starts glowing and shaking, and kind of shaking the bars by itself, just giving off the energy. I start drawing a circle essentially. This time drawing in the thrones.
Right.
And it's not a pentagram necessarily. It's God, it almost reminds me of. Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Do you remember the reverse transmutation circle? How it was just those lines and then there's the circle in the center?
I don't remember any of the symbols meant.
All right, well, it's essentially just a bunch of lines go crossing into each other, and instead of forming the pentagram or whatever, there's a circle in the center.
Okay.
That's kind of what that looks like. And I draw eye in the center.
Alright, the Eye of Horus. Alright.
Yeah.
We need one more detail.
And then after all of that, I think I just like, in the back of my mind, I think I just ask, there's two people I'm thinking about asking. Very different for like very different reasons.
Okay.
I think my like thought after all of this isn't even Isis or Cassandra. I think of my dad,
Okay.
and I'm just like,
I don't think he can actually help you.
I'm not like, I know, I'm not trying to ask for help, but it's like kind of focus, I suppose.
Alright, give me a conviction check. You need to beat it too. Alright, yeah, you can use that. It's like you're just focusing on your dad.
Yeah, I'm like,
Alright.
it's his cross that's doing this currently.
Okay.
He's the one who, like, it was essentially, he was the one that voted to not throw me in the river, but at the end of it was his responsibility to throw me in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was his child, I was his daughter. It was either him or her, and I was able to choose, I chose him. And when he threw me in, he gave me that necklace.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of remembering that and using it as, like, a driving force.
Sure. Alright, so you'll need to get 18 successes on the discipline rolls. And each one will take about, say, like 15 seconds. Okay, Axel, let's do your summoning spell. Like, all you want to do is, like, get noticed.
I just want to get the attention of, like, whoever watches this place.
Like, are you just trying to make a loud noise, or are you trying to, like, focus it on
I mean, like, it's eerily silent, both, like, magically and, like, actually acoustically. So, yeah, a loud magical, like, bang, so to speak, should, like, get somebody to look around.
So Cynthia would notice it.
Yeah, but I can't stop it, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, because I don't know who to call to. Unless, like, call to Apollo, and I don't want to call to a god. It's like, I don't want direct attention.
You might as well be doing that here.
Difficulty, let's say it's complexity 5. What's your lore?
My lore is 1.
So you need 2 details.
And I have nothing on me, so that makes it easy.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, let's see.
Do you have thaumaturgy?
I have ritual. I don't have thaumaturgy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'll use a I'll use a piece of my blood since I'm like leaking anyway. I'll take a little piece of my blood and use that.
Okay. What are you doing with your blood?
I'm probably making like a little circle on the ground. Right. It takes a lot of blood, but then like I get it like small circle on the ground, and I'll start like chanting.
Can I? Okay, all right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna. I have to use the bathroom really badly, but I'm super excited. So I
see how to figure out this ends.
We can take a 5-minute break if you guys want.
No, not like 2 minutes.
All right.
I'm super excited.
Let's resolve Axel's spell then.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you choose your power first.
Okay, so I guess like conviction of 3. Like, would that be enough?
Well, you have to. So what happens is you roll discipline multiple times.
Yeah. So like, would a power of 3 be enough?
A power of 1 would be enough. The problem is if you don't meet your power, then you have bad consequences. Like the spell will turn on you and destroy you, basically.
I'll stick with like a 2 then.
Okay.
So I just have to meet a 2 with my discipline.
Yep. Go ahead and roll discipline.
5.
All right.
Again.
2. Yep. Again.
4.
Okay. You only need 1 more this time.
Yep. 5.
All right. Yep. So like you just like draw in all this energy into you, and then you break the bloody circle, and this like wave of invisible.
How did it go?
Like he succeeded amazingly. Okay. So like he makes this
Jesus,
like, wave
those rolls
of magical energy that just fills the room, and Like it just shoots down the corridor, and Axel can like see the shape at the entrance or the exit. You know, the doorway.
Like where
back
I'm trying
reality.
to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
And like this shape like enters the hallway, and you see Susan. You hear Susan's voice. She says, "Thomas, Thomas, are you in there?"
I just point like back that way, the way I came from, where they're all at, and I just keep going towards the exit.
All right, so like Susan, like looks horrified, and she starts running down past you.
Yep, and I'm
I'll
just
take a little bit.
my job is to get to reality.
All right, you're going to
This
make
is
it.
reality. This is again. This feels more real.
This is super reality.
Sure.
This is
Sure,
reality
let's go.
on crack.
Reality plus.
Unless there's anything else that happens, like in this thing, like my only goal is to get out. Now I've done what I wanted. Now I want out.
All right. So I'm going to say it took me about 5 minutes to get there, walking.
Yeah,
Susan
so like
isn't human. She's a white-cord vampire, and she's pretty fast. All right. So this all depends on how fast Cynthia can cast a spell.
Okay.
Now
So rolling just
you can take additional debt to ISIS to do it faster. Like for every success you're low on your discipline roll, you can take a debt.
okay. All right. Let's roll. Let's roll first. Let's go.
Well, first tell me what your power is.
Oh,
Doesn't
I
count
was
once
gonna
you do that, so you have to roll again.
Okay.
Tell me what power you want.
4.
Okay.
Wait. If I choose like 5, how much physical pain do I take?
What's your conviction?
Fucking 4.
You take 1 point of mental strain.
Per roll,
You
or
probably already have some mental strain
yeah.
from opening the. You open
How
the
much?
gateway between worlds.
How much stress?
Is there anything else you did besides open the gateway? I don't think so.
No.
no, that was the only
No.
magical thing she did.
So you just have 1 stress at this point.
Okay.
And remember, like if you take 1 stress, and you only have the 2 box because you already used your 1, you still take 2. So you might as well take 2 stress if you're going to do that.
If I'm going to do what?
If you're going to go over your power,
Yeah.
over your conviction, you might as well not waste any stress. So you're going to take 1 stress from the spell already, just for casting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take 1 more stress for free.
See, I'm gonna go for 5.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your discipline. All right.
3.
So now you need to either invoke an aspect, or you need to take 2 debt, or you need to take 3 physical damage.
Let's go with seeking a real home. Like,
Okay.
let me explain this real quick. This is me trying to find. What she said is true. Cassandra has been a mother to her more than her real mother was. So it's very much, if she frees her, maybe she'll finally have a fucking place. Someone will want her.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Next roll.
Yep.
-1?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
3 again. God damn it.
Oh.
Alright, do you have to take 2 debt, or you have to take 2 physical stress?
Let's go physical stress first.
Okay.
Next one. How many
Oh,
more do I need?
God.
Tell me what power you want first. You have done 10 so far. You need
I
8
need
more.
18.
You need 8 more.
I'm at 18 total. Let's go with 4, which is my conviction.
Okay.
4. Finally.
Okay.
5.
All right, hold on.
How did I do? Do I need to invoke a thing?
Like Thomas, like you see this blur of like white lightning, like coming towards you, but
Mm-hmm.
just like before it reaches you, like Cynthia finishes her spell, and the torches go out all the way down the corridor, like one at a time. They're being snuffed out, and then you hear like this shaking, and the bars like splinter and explode.
I instinctively, because the ritual finished, I catch my cross in midair.
Okay. Sure. And then you hear this shout, like, "At last, I am free!" And you hear this like giant roar, and this like enormous rush of air blowing over you and past you. And let's make a roll here.